We live in a very synthetic reality, a reality where things don't look the way they do on the surface beneath, a reality where lies, deception, wickedness, vile hearts, and evil corruption and sexual seductions. These are the things that lead people to the top. Maniacs, murderers, marauders, thugs, deviants, miscreants, all types of foul souls. And these are the souls that seems to be in positions of prominence and dominance. There's so much synthetic infrastructures in place. Things that, when you really look deeply on them, you really see them for what they really are. It's just not real. The negative emotions and negative elements and things you go through in life, that feels real at the moment. But if you remember how maybe 15, 10 years ago, a friend or something, or you're at school and somebody says something to you and you're just like, huh. And at the moment, it's like, huh, that was odd, that was weird. But 15, 20 years later, you don't even think about it, or you shouldn't think about it. You see, I really believe that there's evil entities that love harvesting our negative energy. And the way they do it is so meticulous, it's so calculated, it's so beneath the radar, But it's still there. It's still viable. It's still visible to those who have eyes. I mean, look at all these mass, school shootings and shit that happens. Look at the inflation. Look at all these things that it just destroys human creativity and innovation. I believe humans should be thriving together. I believe as a species we'll be better together than as enemies and adversaries. But sometimes life in itself can feel like its own independent boss adversary. Got to get the timing right. The right things have to line up. You got to get armors and upgrades and magical elements and magical augmentations and potions. And really start to look at this life almost like a video game a lot of times, where events seem orchestrated. It seems like there's people being controlled by other beings, and there's things going on in another dimension that you don't have a clue over, but it's watching you closely and precisely and concisely. It's brutal, when we're all in this world just trying to survive, just trying to stay alive, and not trying to get eaten by these demons and eaten by these legion of demons and defeated by these separatists. That's not the best way I can call them. I call them separatists because they're separating from the truth. Isolation can teach many things. Isolation can teach patience. It can teach endurance. It can teach calculated intelligences. It can teach many forms. This is why some of the greatest monks and the greatest people who gain spiritual knowledge and spiritual inclination, they kind of distance themselves from a lot of the world. And as you're on your goals in this world, man, whatever your goal is, believe in yourself, man. Truly believe in it, Even I've had trouble truly believing in certain things about myself when it comes to musical propensities or any type of things, because it's like you need a strong foundation. You can't grow a beautiful flower in the middle of a fucking, underground sewage system, right? The flower needs to be nurtured and carefully crafted and cultivated in a loving, caring environment so it can flourish, and so it can thoroughly just be good. So many paths in this life, and many lead to destruction, and many leads to psychological manipulations and all types of agonies. Having a good girl in your life probably could change a lot for a lot of us. A good girl, a girl that's going to be there for you, rub your back, scrub you, make you good food, give you fellatio at a high ratio, and other needs. Because there's some needs that we need that are not just physical. Like we need emotional needs. And after you get your rocks off and stuff like that, you want to be able to cuddle with the female and hug and kiss and do all that lovey-dovey shit, because as humans, that's what connects us intimately. Intimacy connects you intimately with another person, you know. So finding that good girl in your life is extremely important. It's essential for a man's growth and development, you know. But in a society which emphasizes status, fame, and fortune, there's no wonder a lot of guys want to be superstars or they want to be this, that, and the third. The problem is when they lack talent and the right things line up for them and they still make it. And people that actually have talent, intelligence, strength, determination, and a propensity for intense creation and ingenuity, these people are kind of held back, or they're not given the same opportunities. I think it was Benedictine Truth that talked about this. He was like, sometimes your universe will literally warp itself, warp time and space, just to stop you from getting something because it doesn't want you to have it. Because maybe that thing is not what the universe wants you to have. You want to be in a certain position, but the universe is like, nah. So even the person, it's like even the person in front of you, because they're meant to have it, they'll get it and it'll seem normal. And then when you're next in line, all of a sudden, the damn line just disappears and reappears into another dimension, like Rick and Morty. And you're in an interdimensional space alien airport, like Rick and Morty. Like 1 second you're there, then you're gone. What the hell? Like it will go through those extreme methods to try to distract you from your true vision and your true intention and your true ascension. Always believe in yourself, man. And any hatred you have in your heart, let it go. But it's like speaking to the wind, because it's like a condemned person. Once they're condemned, they know it's over. And once somebody lets hatred into their heart, it's very difficult to get it out that person, if not impossible. I want everybody to flourish and everybody to thrive and everybody to achieve their dreams. And these videos I make is like, imagine being in the middle of a battlefield. Imagine if I was in the middle of sci-fi Stalingrad. I'm in the middle of a war zone. And I'm just reporting to you my thoughts and opinions for like 5-10 minutes. And then boom, I'm back on the battle. I'm back on the battlefield, front lines, people getting their brains blown out, chopped in half. It's like Warhammer 40K. I just dove in the trenches real quick, get a couple of minutes of respite, like attending to some of our wounded, somebody got like their stomach's missing, or the guts is hanging out. I got to go attend to that. But as I'm doing that, I'm talking. Then there's like an audio recording that you find in those horror games. And then boom, I go out, and go fight the war that I'm forced to fight. That's what these videos are, man. So I hope you guys take them as that. As war messages, as audio logs from somebody trapped in a horror movie. This is going to be raw, uncut content, pain, agony, experience. One thing about failure is you know what not to do. You learn, okay, don't do that next time. Do this next time. Let's add reverb on the voice. Let's make the melody like this. Let's do this. Let's do that. You learn. And life will teach you. Life will teach you all sorts of things. It'll teach you about people, about psychology, about just seeing through a lot of things. Life will teach you a lot. And number one thing life will teach you is never give up. Well, it will try to make you give up on dreams and ambitions, whatever that is, But you can still work towards your goals while doing other things as well. Just make sure that every day you add like a little line, a little sentence or whatever. So many in despair in this world. I wish there was like a big light beam that could just take away all the pain and agony. Imagine you're in a forest and there's a giant. And this is a man-eating giant. And you know what this giant is capable of, but somebody keeps going around the giant, picking, prodding the giant. The giant wakes up and then devours all those around him. Who's at fault? You see, the everyday people, the idea of revolution seems far and distant. like a satellite dish that crashed onto a long forgotten moon on an ancient battlefield. The French Revolution was successful because it did have, momentum, and it was violent and to the point. We see broad day now neutralizations of certain people, and then the FBI starts to get tricky with it, and it's like, then you find out this one person's connected with this family, that's connected to that family. Then you find out presidents and all these other people are connected by blood or blood related, distant cousins or distant relatives or distant brothers or whatever the fuck. You can Google yourself, Google George Bush and Obama related. You're like, what the fuck? Because you never really hear that, but it's on Fox News. I know just because it's on Fox, but sometimes they say real shit, especially shit about that, about bloodlines and shit like that. When they start talking about stuff like that, they're not just talking, they're telling you a little secret out there in the open. A lot of these beings that control the world are not even human or what you would consider human. Some of them look like, well, they did say Satan was a 7-headed dragon, so reptilian-like, dragon-like, evil-like, shapeshifters, things of that nature. And if you look into Native American lords and every Native American or every Aboriginal, books, ancient Rome had stories, ancient Greece, ancient Athens, ancient Africa, different places in the Middle East, ancient Arabia, ancient Japan, ancient China, ancient America. They all had these myths of like giant supernatural beings that can shapeshift, and they came from the heavens or they come from underground. And they're always these beings of light that gave people knowledge. And then with this knowledge, they got advancement, and then they started creating these systems of oppression, because at one point the gods walked the earth literally, and people used to worship them and praise them and give them all this worship, but keep your head on, guys. It's a battle every single day, but we can make it through, man. Even though we got dark forces trying to destroy us and tear us down, stay focused, man. Stay focused on your dreams and ambitions, and stay focused, and you can make it. Whatever it is you dream of, you can do it. I promise you, man, if you put your heart and soul into it and you just ignore everything and get focused on whatever it is, man. Take out all the extra noise and focus. And I guarantee you'll make it. Peace.